Imagine the intensity of a great love, one that stands out from the rest, and when it arrives, comes with a delicate touch from the universe, making everything seem perfectly aligned. Have you ever felt like the cosmos is trying to tell you something directly? What if I told you that today I have a celestial message, sent exclusively for you? Yes, for you, who have often felt unnoticed, invisible in the midst of a crowd. I know how sad that feeling of isolation can be, and that is precisely why, inspired by angels and God, I have prepared this message especially for you. Today together, you and I will discover this extraordinary truth. It may be that, at this very moment, you think nothing new is happening in your life, or perhaps you feel that it has been a long time since anything significant occurred. However, what you might not know is that you are a special person, and wonderful things tend to happen to special people, and you are one of them. There is someone special who wants to be by your side for life. But what unites you both in such a profound and mysterious way? Perhaps both of you made the same wish to the universe without even realizing it, which makes everything even more fascinating. Why, despite trying to stay apart, does something continue to draw you to each other with irresistible force? This is the moment to rediscover the connection, but not in an ordinary way. We are talking about a connection that transcends the physical, reaching the spiritual. I am sure you are eager to uncover everything that is hidden before your eyes, aren't you? And how would you react if I told you that both of you are about to discover that you are not alone on this journey, that your souls are intertwined for a greater purpose? I am Eduardo, and I invite you to stay with me until the end to explore this path of love, self-knowledge, and spiritual connection. Have you ever felt that shiver, that suspense when you realize that something grand is about to happen? Imagine living that moment with the person who makes your heart race, about to open up and reveal their most intimate feelings. We are talking about revelations that can transform how you see and feel about each other. Who hasn't anxiously waited, almost interpreting every sign, waiting for that moment when silence turns into words that mean everything? And if I told you that this moment is closer than you think? Are you almost crossing the border between possibility and reality? How would you feel discovering that all your intuitions were right, that those exchanged glances were not in vain, and that, in fact, something genuine is about to be revealed? It is exciting to think that in every possible way, he chose to communicate with you, whether by following your social networks, observing from afar, or learning more about your interests and activities. Each of his actions composes a piece of this puzzle that, when assembled, reveals a clear and defined picture. He is deeply connected to you, thinking of you, missing you. Isn't it amazing how, without uttering a single word, his actions express so much? He is ready to move forward, to cross the line that separates silence from a confession that could change everything. He wants to declare his love, not just with words, but through every gesture, every online search, every thought that brings him back to you. So what will you do when that moment arrives? Will you be prepared to face these emotions, to dive into this whirlwind of feelings that promises to be as intense as it is liberating? Because there is nothing more exciting than discovering that the person you think about also thinks about you, right? Pay attention, because the signs are here. They are telling a story that is ready to be revealed. Love in its purest and sincerest expression is knocking at your door. The question is, will you open it? Have you ever felt that someone occupies such a significant space in your life that everything around you somehow reminds you of them? Imagine yourself, for a moment, in that situation. He is there, watching a movie peacefully, and suddenly a scene, a dialogue, makes him think of you and the moments that are special to him. Interesting, isn't it? How something so simple can evoke such vivid memories. Sometimes, he flips through a magazine and sees a picture or smells the scent of a perfume being advertised, and the connection is instant. The streets, which were just streets before, are now filled with memories. That specific dish he decides to try tastes like your company. Even the food speaks. And that's not all. When someone passes by him on the street, the color of their hair, a gesture, everything can bring up half the memories. It seems like the universe is aligned, don't you think? The songs, the music, seem to speak directly about you. Every lyric, every note, reflects the feelings he has for you. The fascinating thing is that he is not actively seeking these connections. They simply arise, often without any warning, enriching his routine with recollections. It makes you think, doesn't it? How do such simple details turn into such striking reminders of someone? This leads us to reflect on what makes a person so remarkable in our lives that we can see their reflection in everything around us. Perhaps it is the depth of our feelings, or maybe there are invisible bonds that connect us in ways that reason cannot explain. We are surrounded by constant reminders of the people who have left marks on our lives. The question is, how do we deal with this? Do we ignore these memories? Embrace these moments? Or let them guide us on our emotional journey? It is a remarkable phenomenon, this human connection that transcends logic, filled with memory and emotion that accompanies us every step of the way. Perhaps you are wondering who this special person is. It could be someone you haven't met yet, or a secret admirer. But he is there, dreaming of the possibility of being by your side. It may sound like something out of a romance novel, but it is real. And if you are wondering if there is someone special in your life or doubting the presence of a secret admirer, it is a point to ponder. There is someone who cannot get you out of their mind, that's right. You have someone who, even from a distance, nurtures intense feelings for you. Imagine someone who wants to hold you so tightly that you almost get lost in that embrace. Think of someone whose thoughts about you keep him awake at night. And if you are curious to know who it could be, the answer is more inspiring than you think. We are not talking about a platonic love or a distant admiration that might seem strange. We are talking about someone who, if you met today, you would find incredibly attractive, not just physically, but also on a deeper level. Imagine that this person, this secret admirer, or perhaps a close friend who hasn't yet revealed their feelings, has such a strong connection with you that the mere idea of being together is enough to warm the environment. The energy between you is so palpable that the magnetism promises sparks and heat. Now, think about what it would be like to meet this person. How would you react to this mutual attraction that until now was just a distant glimpse, ready to turn into a burning flame? The truth is that love, attraction, and desire often arise from where we least expect it. It could be someone who is already in your life, showing signs that you may not have noticed yet, or someone watching from afar, gathering courage to take the next step. An emotional change is on the horizon because he is almost ready to open his heart to you. Why the hesitation, you might ask? Well, he is on a personal journey of self-improvement, focusing especially on his finances. Yes, he is immersed in the world of budgets, investments, and savings, all to achieve financial stability. And why is that so important to him? Let's face reality at this moment. For many of us, financial stability is intrinsically connected to our emotional balance. He is no exception to this rule. When his finances seem unstable, he feels like his entire world is floating aimlessly, as if adrift in a vast ocean of uncertainties. He incessantly seeks this balance because deep down, he understands that a solid financial foundation is crucial to building anything else in life, including expressing his love for you adequately. Now reflect on this. The more financially stable he feels, the more confidence he gains to progress in other areas of his life, and this significantly includes the relationship between you two. He has ambitious visions, not just personal ones, but also for the future of both of you. He adores you deeply, that is indisputable. To him, you are not just a companion for the present moment, but his life partner, the person with whom he wants to share every moment, whether it is joy or adversity. He dreams of a future where both of you can build a romantic and fulfilling life together. However, before taking this crucial step, he wants to ensure that he is at his best, not just emotionally, but also financially. He wants both of you to have the best possible conditions for a prosperous and lasting relationship, without the worries and stress that usually accompany financial instability. And what does that mean for you now? It means you need to have a bit of patience and understanding regarding the work he is doing. Although it may seem that he is excessively focused on financial matters, the truth is that he is, in fact, preparing the ground for a shared future. It means that he wants to offer you, himself, and the potential of your relationship the best chance of success and stability. And when he finally achieves this financial and emotional balance that he seeks so much, be prepared to witness the intensity of the love and passion he has for you. This will be the true indicator that he is ready to fully invest in the relationship, demonstrating not only through words but through concrete actions, the deep affection and commitment he feels for you. This truly manifests clearly and powerfully because deep down, all he wants is to have you by his side, sharing every step of this exciting and challenging journey. You can't even imagine the moment when he finally gathers the courage to declare himself. It will be one of those memorable moments. He will mention such specific details about your social media posts, about the places you visited, that you will stop, surprised, and wonder how he could know so much. The only explanation is that he has been paying meticulous attention to what you share, to the things you like, to the places you frequent, and it is definitely not a coincidence. He is not just observing from afar, he is genuinely interested in you, in everything that pertains to your life. This also places a great burden on his shoulders because he knows that when the time comes to open up, he needs to be precise. He needs to find the right words, adopt the right posture. To him, you are the definition of the ideal person. Not just because of what he sees, but because of what he understands about you, for what makes him feel that you are the perfect person for him. The true beauty of this situation lies in the deep connection he seeks to establish with you. And when he finally opens up to you, be aware that it will come from a place of profound admiration and respect for everything you represent to him. You are the complete package for him. Have you ever reflected on what this really implies? It is not just about chemistry or an emotional connection, but also about him wanting to present himself in the best possible form, especially in the financial aspect. Why this concern? Because he understands that to really impress and demonstrate being a valuable partner, he needs to be financially stable. How can he ensure that he is bringing something valuable to the relationship? He constantly questions himself on how he can ensure that he is positively contributing to the relationship. In today's world, having financial stability is not just a desire, it has almost become a necessity. He feels a certain pressure, not because he doubts your support or undervalues what you offer to the relationship, but because he feels he needs to do this for himself. It is a matter of personal pride, perhaps a desire to prove that he can be a safe support without being a burden. He thinks to himself that he does not want to be a burden, he wants to be a fortress. He knows he must be prepared, consistent, balanced, and financially stable. These are the thoughts that dominate him. But what does this really mean for the relationship? He decides to take a step back, dedicating his energies to organizing his finances before acting more significantly in the relationship. He does not hesitate out of lack of love or desire, but because he wants to offer the best of himself. He wants to ensure that when they are together, there will be no unnecessary worries or insecurities related to financial stability. Now, reflect on this. That is fair. Really, all this pressure in relationships often boils down to who contributes what or to building something together, regardless of the starting point. He does not want to disappoint, that is clear, but does he realize that by your side, he is already seen as a lion, regardless of his bank balance? Have you noticed how life has this peculiar way of putting us in situations that require all our attention, even when our heart is focused elsewhere? Well, that is exactly where he finds himself now, in the midst of efforts to resolve financial issues. And yes, let's admit it, these financial challenges are huge. He continues to think of you, yes, even feeling the need to focus on organizing his finances. Does this surprise you? You may ask, if I am so present in his thoughts, why does he seem distant at times? Well, it is crucial to understand that focusing on solving financial problems does not mean forgetting who you love. In fact, it is about trying to find a balance, discovering a way to feel good about himself to be able to be well by your side. And may God bless me today and always. If this phrase resonates with you, type 1111. If you feel that this message was like an arrow that hit your heart, leave your mark in the comments. But beyond that, think about what it means to you to know that, even in moments when he needs to focus on practical matters, you occupy a constant place in his thoughts. It is not just about financial issues or solving problems. It is about the incredible human ability to love, to care, and to want to be in a better position for the loved one. He is not pulling away. He is preparing, getting ready to be better for both of you. And fundamentally, isn't that a form of love? Here is the invitation: share this reflection, spread this idea. Because in the end, it is about understanding that love, in all its manifestations, always finds a way, even through the concerns of everyday life. So, what do you think about this? Isn't it true?